Hey guys and girls, gonna be chop shopping this S10 here today. Cab's gotta go, frame's gotta stay. As you can tell, I've been whittling on her a little bit. So hang on for the ride, and there's gonna be a lot of cutting, a lot of salvaging. Basically the only thing I intend on keeping out of the cab is gonna be the clutch pedal. And I'm gonna cut this tunnel out so that I can have a template for where that hole needs to be on that cab, because that was an automatic cab, and I'm gonna change it to I'm gonna put a 5-speed in it. So, you guys wanna go for the ride? We'll be right here getting it. We'll get some action going, we'll get some cutting going. Got a 3-pack of blades. Let's see if we can't ruin all 3 of them by the end of the video. Clean your truck out. We've been doing it wrong for years, guys. I'd ride in this, just like this, man. I think we should get the 4-cylinder running. Just take it down the road, bro. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. That way when you get in a car wreck, this kills you instead of, everything else. You're just dead. I like it. It's got character now. Hold that forward, right there. Oh, now she reclines. A full recliner. That's all you gotta do is just whiz it off. Oh, I just broke the windshield.
That's why we can't have good things.
Damn! Well, shoot. There goes 200-something bucks for a windshield.
I mean, we got it out.
That was the whole point of me even buying this truck, is it had a windshield.
Is this all glass trash? If we post this, some person's out there gonna be like, that was a good truck.
Well, that's what I was saying about cutting holes in that truck. They're gonna be like, oh dude, how could you, man? window in her. Gee. I hear a cam. I hear a cam. Look at that cam. Gee. Sounds good, son. I'd race him though.
And this thing?
Yeah.
You should ask him. You like, you want to race?
Put in the description. If I lose, I'm putting a 200 horsepower shot of nitrous in it. Yeah, don't need this no more. Nope, battery's dead. Alright guys, well, it is an absolute mess. My phone overheated, so I didn't get much of it. But basically, we've went through and I chopped the crap out of this thing because everything except for the frame itself is trash to me. So I just lopped a bunch of junk off. I wish I could have showed you more, but I had my phone sitting on the tripod. Sun came out. It overheated. I apologize, guys. But I've got all this cut up into small enough pieces. My friend that scraps can come pick it all up. Now it's time to get this frame cleaned off. A little bit more delicate. We're going to reuse, well, we're not using any wiring or anything that's in here. So what we're actually going to do is I'm going to be delicate in the cab, minus the seat. Seat's pretty roached, so not too worried about the seat. Jegs make some high backs pretty cheap. I'll clean this out. I'd like to save this dash. It is pretty neat looking. It's got the little bullets on it, so I think I'm gonna get a new bezel piece for it, because I love these gauges. They're so cool looking. These are aftermarket, but I like these. We're gonna clean that up, clean the bed out, see about pulling a couple of these little tiny whiskey dents in here. And that's pretty much the plan. We're gonna take this and this. I'm gonna put the windshield that was in that truck. I cut that out. We're gonna put it in this truck. And then we're gonna put those pieces on this frame. There is gonna be a video of us as well. We are going to completely wire wheel this entire frame. Be a real big cleanup job. So I hope you guys want to be a part of that and watch that. But I've got a huge mess to clean up. It looks like a trailer park back here. So sorry about missing the footage, guys. Should have an engine and trans assembled and ready to go very soon. For any of you guys that are curious, we have a 383 stroker in this bag. It's ready to go. Iron heads, 461s, stainless valves. And then over in the corner here, I've got the option of a Borg-Warner T5 or a Muncie. The Borg-Warner has a Hurst blackjack short throw shifter. The Muncie just has a Hurst linkage style shifter on it. So it's pretty much up to you guys. I don't care what goes in it. So we can do automatic or manual. The only thing I salvaged out of this truck other than the basic parts was the pedal assembly. So we can do either one. I'm going to save the skin on the transmission tunnel, and that way I can have a template for this transmission tunnel to cut the hole. So this already has a manual transmission column in it. Even though it was an automatic truck, I don't know what kind of tomfoolery went on in this guy, but all right, I'm rambling. Sorry I missed that quick clip. We'll get on with it. Thanks for sticking in there with me, guys. All right, guys. As you can see, I've made an even bigger mess than expected. We're taking out the drive shaft now. I have these little guys right here, 2 bolts. Usually, if they're stock, should be like an 11 millimeter. When you buy the aftermarket ones in the Dorman help aisle at your local O'Reilly's, they're different. But you're gonna get your 3/8 pry bar. Just kind of come off and loose. Yawn out. It's like chunder. Now, for those of you that are watching this for some education, the drive shaft is stuck in the back of the transmission. Drive shaft has universal joints on it. All the universal joint is a cross with caps and needle bearings. There's your needles with grease. Now if you drop these, you know, like chunder, needles are everywhere. Don't even bother picking them up. They're smoked. These are getting replaced if I ever use this drive shaft again. Shh. So, we're not worried about it. I'm just gonna sweep them up the driveway. It's supposed to have a seal on it, which the other one didn't. The other one stayed on here. If they fall off, not a big deal. Take a look in them, make sure all the needles are straight, put them back on. Easiest way to keep them tidy, grab some taper on that bad dog. They ain't going nowhere. Other end's got the yoke on it. So this is the one side that goes in the transmission. This is the side that goes to your rear end. We're gonna save on this. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna ever use it again or not. But there's no point in throwing all these parts away until I know for a fact whether or not yes or no I am using it again. Next process, we're taking all this business out. I'm gonna keep this. This is a Borg-Warner T5 manual transmission, 5-speed. Keeping that. It's got the wrong bell housing on it, so I'm leaving that dude there. We got 4 bolts. Let's bring her out. She is unbolted right now, except for these right here. I gotta take these guys out. We'll lift up, slide back, tranny comes out. So I'm gonna save that. He's getting hard to find. So this one is your speedometer sensor. This one is for reverse light. That's it for wiring on one of these Borg-Warners. If I was taking the bell housing off, you'd be pulling your slave cylinder as well, but I'm leaving that with the truck. Bell housing is trash to me. Do not care. What do we need? It's either a 5/8 or a 9/16. Give me that wrench. I got it. I'll see my bolt spot. Okay. So, shaking them up though, you're gonna get motion sickness. Alright, so what we're doing, at least on these S10s, I've never seen these little bars on a full size doing like a 1500, 2500, any of that. You got these little, stiffeners, tie bars, whatever you want to call them. I don't know. I ain't using them on my truck. But these hold the transmission to the mount itself, so I'm just going to delete those. There's 2 on each side. Not a big deal. This takes a couple seconds. Let me guess, there's a nut on the bottom. Oh yeah. Why wouldn't there be? But we'll get her going. I'm actually excited that this truck had a T5 in it, because when I was buying parts for the other truck that I assumed had a Borg-Warner T5 in it, it didn't. So I've got a brand new Hurst Blackjack shifter in there, short throw. So it's got these tie rods in here. We're getting rid of those. But as I was saying, I got that Hurst Blackjack shifter, which doesn't work in an NV1500. It takes some cheap junk shifter that apparently nobody makes an aftermarket version for, so I got that. But I refuse to take that transmission out and put a T5 in that truck, so that S10, the one that we're building now, is going to get this transmission reused in it, because I have absolutely no purpose or reason to not use this beautiful Borg Warner G5. All right, coming over here with you guys on this side. Yeah. I feel like I'm a hog rolling in slop right now. This is just a mess. Hammer. Yep, got it. You gotta have the snap-on 3/8 hammer on you at all times. That's what they're here for.
Snap 3/8 too.
That's what I'm holding now. I was making a joke. It's all good. Alright. Actually, I can leave that. I can stop. That's connected to the bell housing. Everything is disconnected from the center section of the transmission. The business end.
Can't see you.
That's okay. Okay. Now, I need to take her loose from her mount. Promise you, I said wrench.
Okay.
These two bolts release the truck, the transmission, from the upper part of the mount. I don't really feel like having the mount stuck on it. That means it's going to have that bolt sticking off the bottom and it's going to get stuck on everything I try to move it on. So, delete. We no longer have them. So, instead of taking out one, I take out two. No big deal. Okay. For all you knuckle busters out there, we're going to double wrench and see how far I can throw one of these here in about 30 seconds. Did I just go the wrong way? I went the wrong way.
We're keeping it.
Man, she's tight now. It comes off so much better that way. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, I don't know what happened the first turn there, but it got real tight. Definitely wasn't me. I'm glad I double wrenched and tightened that thing tight enough to rip the threads out of the cast aluminum body of this transmission. Well, I guess it's about time to work on the old blue demon here, bud. So we're gonna get everything pulled out, cleaned out. Bring her in here, camera guy. So for you guys that were wondering, when I said I was gonna keep that piece of that transmission tunnel, I did it because of this jagged hole that somebody banged in here with, I don't know what, circular saw, something that wasn't designed to cut metal. A pair of scissors, I don't know. But I'm gonna patch this over with the good piece from that truck, and then that way it has the original location and bolt holes and everything for the T5 with the boot that goes over it and everything else. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get everything out of this, save some stuff. Everybody needs a moldy, what is that, a grant? Looks like a grant to me. But the end of the story is everything's coming out of this one a lot more delicately than it came out of the last one. No sawzalling. But nevertheless, I do think this seat is a lot more savable than the other seat. The other one had a pretty badly broken frame. So this one, without me tearing it to pieces, This one's savable enough that I'll run it. It's good enough for who it's for and what they're paying, you know what I'm saying? I think that's all we're gonna get done for today, guys. We got a lot accomplished. As you saw from the beginning, this used to have a truck cap on it, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no more, she gone. And we got a decent amount done on the blue truck. We got her cleaned up, engine base straight, fenders off. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. It's getting late. We'll hit it again tomorrow, see what we can get into. So if you liked what we did and you liked watching it, you know, get a like, comment, sub, maybe hit the bell. You'll be able to see us on the next one. And if you haven't watched any of my other videos on the other truck, check them out. It's pretty cool. Shifter came in today, so if you check out the video for that truck, I got the shifter put on it. We're about to take that dude for a rip down the street and see what she'll do. But that's all for this one, guys. Thanks for hanging out till the end. See you on the next one.